What is up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about tempo. So tempo, you're going to find it a lot, especially in the calisthenics system. And it simply means the speed at which you are doing a particular exercise. Why is this important? Because it is not the same doing a elevated push-ups in this case at this tempo, or even slow and then explosive up. All of them has different benefits, and that's why on every single exercise you're gonna see a tempo section for you to, that is the recommended tempo for that particular exercise, because again, 12 reps of a 2-1-0-1 tempo on a pull-up is not going to be the same as 12 reps on a 3-0-x-1 on a pull-up. So let's get into several examples and several different exercises, because it can be a little bit tricky because of the order that they set up the system. So basically, you're gonna find the tempo in this manner. This is a very common tempo for strength. 3-0-1-0. Now, the tricky part is that on the first number is going to be the eccentric part of the movement instead of the concentric. So if you're doing a push-up, this number is actually the coming down of a push-up. So in a push-up, makes sense. In a pull-up, which is, this is the concentric part, it doesn't make kind of that much sense. I'm gonna explain why. So here it'll be the eccentric. Here it'll be the pause after the eccentric. Then we go into the concentric, the third number, and then we got into the pause after the concentric. So how in a push-up this looks like, you're coming down into a push-up. Let me show that. So 3-0-1-0 in a push-up. A push-up, you get into a top of the push-up. So the first movement we initiate with the eccentric. It'll be 3 seconds coming down. So 3, 2, 1, 0 pause, then 1 second coming up, 0 pause, and then you begin the movement again. So eccentric, 3 seconds, 0 pause, 1 second concentric, 0 pause, and then you repeat the movement. If we were to put another tempo to the push-up, let's use now 2, 0. Actually, let's add a 1 right here, make it more complicated. 3, 2, 1, X, and 3 for the sake of it. So it'll be a 2 second eccentric, a 1 second pause at the bottom, explosive. So X means as fast as you can go, different than 0, as the difference would be 0 is less than 1 second, X means as fast as you can possibly go. So we're doing 2, 1, X1, X3, it'll look like this. 1, 2, 0 pause, X, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 0 pause, X, 1, and 2. Again, we can change this completely to, let's back it up. X on the eccentric, you're gonna see that mostly ever, but I just wanna make it complicated for you guys so you guys can understand these simple concepts. So X, X, 4, and 1. So we're going for a X second eccentric, X pause, this doesn't exist, but let's switch it for 1. X second eccentric, 1 pause at the bottom, 4 second concentric, 1 pause at the top. So again, X would be basically falling completely, then 1, then 4 second concentric, so it'll be X, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 second pause, X, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 second pause. So that will be the most complicated thing that you will find, and you won't find that tempo. This one is actually effective, but you will see mostly same tempos because they are the most effective for certain amount of task. Now I want to bring it to a different movement pattern so you guys know the difference. Let's go back to 3-0-1-0, but now in the pull-up. So we initiate the movement on a push-up, you begin with the eccentric portion. When we're in a pull-up, you begin with the concentric portion, which allows you to start on the third number. So if it's confusing at the beginning, just remember that the third number is the concentric part, and the first number is the eccentric part. So if you begin always on the third number, it will be 1030. So you begin 1 second coming up. So 1, 0 pause, 1, 2, 3, 0 pause, 1 second coming up, 0 pause, 1, 2, 3, and then 0 pause. If we move it to 2, 1, x, 3, x is explosive, it's the concentric, 3 seconds pause at the top, 2 second eccentric, 1 pause at the bottom. So we go here, you go x as fast as you can go, you hold it for 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 1 second at the bottom, then explosive, 1, 2, 3, 2 seconds coming down, and then 1 second at the bottom. Now let's bring it to the dip as a last exercise. The dip begins the same as the push-up, so you begin in the top position. Let's use the last weird tempo that we did. So x141 would be 4 second, no, x on the eccentric, x 1 second pause, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 second at the top, and x 1 pause, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 second at the top. Another exercises, I want to just name a few so you get an idea of the concentric and concentric part. So if you're doing a pistol squat, you begin with the eccentric. So if you're doing a 3010 tempo, you begin on the third number. So 1 second coming down, 0 pause, 1, 2, 3. Actually, I did it wrong. 3 seconds on the eccentric and 0, 1, 0. So 1, 2, 3, 0 pause, 1 second coming up, then 0 pause at the end. That is when it is eccentric. If we go to the bodyweight row, so mostly pulling exercises are the ones that are going to be a little bit tricky, or actually are the ones that are not going to be that tricky depending on how you memorize the numbers. So if we go for the first one, which is 3010, it'll be 1 second concentric, 0 pause, 1, 2, 3, and 0 pause. So basically, you begin the movement with the third number. I know it can be a little bit confusing sometimes. That's why having little marks as to this is the eccentric and this is the concentric, it will really truly help you. And again, you're gonna find this through the entire calisthenics system, so it's worth it to memorize. I don't want you to get completely obsessed with it. A metronome works absolutely great if you don't want to start counting numbers. Do not subtract the quality of your practice and the intention that you have behind your practice for 1 second of eccentric or 1 second of concentric. But at the beginning, it might truly help, so you are not just banging reps without an actual purpose behind that rep. With that being said, guys, that's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.